Okay, a very good evening to everyone. Some of you are first time here. We are actually going to our number 8 session of our podcast. For those who want to listen to the previous podcasts, you can actually go to our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you type Team Sinara, and I already posted all the previous podcast recording. And every week I will try to talk to about a new topic. All right. And it's getting very exciting. If you really are seriously wanted to build the business, it is very, very important for you to qualify for incentive trip. I'm sure everyone, loves to travel, especially when it's free. Everything is paid for. Okay. I'm looking forward to next month because I qualified for the Switzerland Elite SPD incentive trip. All right. Last year I missed it, and this year I made it. Thank you very much. For those who are in my team, thank you. Today I represent you guys. Tomorrow you will represent your team. All right. And this is how it goes. So today's topic is about how to introduce, invite, and follow up with people effectively. Actually, I came about this topic is because last week, John, actually, thank you, John. He reminded me talking about follow up. It's very important in our business. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. By the way, for those who are new here, my name is Ronald Lee. I have been in the business for about 4.5 years now. It's getting more and more excited. All right. Besides making money, actually, I'm enjoying building LiveWave. I'm also seeing the people in my team also they are making more money financially, getting better. It's good to even besides financial, of course, the health they also get better lah. By the way, I just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm already 66 years old. So after using LiveWave patches for some time, I began to realize that many of my health issues are gone, especially my gout, my uric acid has dropped, my blood pressure have dropped. Many things have become good. My hair is getting darker now. All right. Okay, now let's get started. Let's talk about inviting. Now, in our business, in the network marketing or MLM business, prospecting and sponsoring is part and parcel of the business. Some people say, I like the product, but I don't like to, sell. I don't like to, go and approach my friends and talk to them about the business. Well, you can do so, but you're not going to build the business. You can only use the product. But if it is good, why don't you just share it with your friends? I mean, there are many ways to skin a cat. I would say that, many ways to do it. You do not have to, have to really hard sell your friend and then be pushy and things like that. No need. Why? Because our product is excellent. It works, and it comes with a 30 days money back guarantee. you know, there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. Now, prospecting is very important. Prospecting doesn't mean that you straight away have to talk about LiveWave. Prospecting is to like testing the water. You got a bathtub. Sometimes you want to soak in a bathtub. You have put hot water, and then you cannot be totally hot, right? You got to test the water first. So this prospecting, the process of identifying, sorting out your prospect, developing a database. I'm sure you have a lot of friends, but you don't have to approach one of them, all of them. In one of my podcasts, actually, I talk about the 3P approach. You only need to identify 10 one. 10, you start with 10. You start with the easy one first. You start with those who will support you, those people who love you. Like for example, if you are young, your parents love you so much, and I believe that your aging parents will have problem. Then you can say that you can approach your parents and say that I just started a business, dad, mom, will you support me? Of course, they will support you. All you need to do is to ask them to sign up by wholesale price, let them try the product. It can be your siblings, it can be your children, it can be anyone, people who will support you. That's it. Now, nothing happens unless you start talking to people. Now, our business, very important is you must know how to talk to people. You do not need to, the first time you meet people, you get overly excited and start to blah, 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 blast out everything, you know, then you will push your friends away, when and the next time you call them or they will not pick up the phone, or even though you text them, they will not even answer you, I tell you. So our business is not the pushing type of business. It's old school. Today, we are talking about attraction marketing. You attract people. You use the product, you see changes in you. You become younger. Don't you think your friends want to know? When they compliment you, hey, Ronald, you look younger, I remembered one of my ex-manager, Mr. Quack, he once saw me. I called him up for lunch, actually, When he met me, he said, hey, Ronald, you look different, I said, is it? you know. Then of course I have to tell, I've been using this, Then they get curious, they were asked. You see, the beauty about Liveway Patches is, because it's so new, it's the only one, we have got no competition. We are not dealing with a Me Too product. You know what's Me Too product? I mean, every company is selling, like vitamin C lah, fish oil lah, all kinds of stuff. Ours is so unique, it's patented. We have got no competition. When people see, it is the first time and they get curious. And when they ask you, all you need to do, is just to tell him, a little bit about, this small little patch can activate our stem cell, and that's it. You don't have to, nowadays people are very smart. They can Google, they can find out themselves, you see. So it is very important for you to talk to people. I have developed a QR code. Many of you have known that using the 3P approach, is to pick people. You can ask people to scan the QR code. Okay, and there is a landing page, and they can review. They can take a look. It is enough information, not too much information, enough information for them to get curious or to want to know more about the product. And that is the thing. But of course, if you know how to present, you can present you can present the product, you can explain. But you don't need to explain too detailed, how it works lah, using photo biomodulation lah, this lah, that lah, the sun lah, this, help the body to produce vitamin C and all those lah, you don't need to go into so detail. People only want to see results. When they see results in you, when they ask you, what is it? What have you been doing? It is a good chance because they want to know. And by all means, tell them enough to get curious. No need everything. All right. Now, there is a few approach you can use. First is called the direct approach. There are people who are very close to you. I remembered, when I first signed up, we don't even have the product because those days, before the company actually opened office in Malaysia, you ordered and Genome will bring it from Singapore. It will take at least 4 to 6 weeks. So when I first signed up, the first week, my wife Mary just sent the WhatsApp to some friends and relatives, and they got interested because they get curious. Actually, we don't even know how to explain at that time. And we closed 9. We sponsored 9% without the product. Haven't used yet. So, so it's very, very important for you to go to those people who will support, the people who believe in you. People have trust in you. Why? Because, after 1 week, we sponsored 9 people. I said, hey, this business can do, man. Why? Like very easy, Just send WhatsApp only. People got interested already. So that's how I got started. It's very important. But there are some people you cannot use the direct approach, Remember this. People don't like to be sold, They like to buy. They don't like to be sold. They like to make their own decision whether they want it or not. So you cannot press them or you cannot force them. So you can use the curiosity approach. You can patch. I like to patch here, this hand here. You know why? Because here, if you patch here, sometimes when I wear t-shirt, it's blocked. It cannot see. If you are daring enough, you can also wear here. There are some people who are wearing here now. But here is good because when you shake hands with people, people will see. Sometimes when you want to buy something, you pay money, people will see. People will ask me, many times, "Hey, what is it? You'll be surprised. You say, the other day I went to a restaurant and eat. Then the restaurant owner asked, "Hey, I see a lot of people wearing. What is this? He's curious. That's it. I did not close sales there and there. I just, patch him. And hopefully the next time I go back and to the restaurant, he may want to know more. So no high pressure. I don't like people to pressure me, and I also don't like to use high pressure. So the curiosity approach is one of the best method. And then come to social media approach. Now, social media, I have to highlight to you that you can share, but you cannot make claims. Okay, LiveWave have been growing so fast that there are plenty of watchdog. Okay, we have got a compliance department. If you claim, if you make a lot of claim, then if the compliance find out, they may ask you to take it down. But of course, they will not terminate you, of course. Okay, so normally they will ask you, to take it down. Some of the sensitive things you cannot say, but you can use social media approach to promote your lifestyle. Then when people ask you, it's different. You see, so when you promote your lifestyle, you can patch. When people see what is it, people see change in you, you can. But when people want to know more, you will still have to redirect them. Every one of us got one website, right? livewave.com/your username. That is your website. So you can actually link people back to the website. So that's how actually Jin Long got Guan Chun and me. Okay. He got Guan Chun first. So Guan Chun saw something, very unique, and then he called up Jin Long. That's how. So it is the social media is actually for you to expose yourself. So you must know how to use it well. All right. You cannot, even though sometimes I remember in the early days, I tried to advertise in Facebook. Actually, there are a lot of sensitive words I cannot use, I cannot use to promote MLM, network marketing, same thing. I cannot use to promote stem cell. There are many, many things I cannot. So, they will reject your ad. And I have got people who are, they're banned from Facebook. But of course, they can ask to, leniency to reopen back. So you have to be a bit more careful. If you do not know how to use social media well, okay, then don't use it. Or you can employ an expert, you can pay them. We have got brand partners who are paying people to do, to do Facebook marketing, TikTok, Instagram, and things like that, just to expose yourself. Because LiveWave, this is also your business. It's just like any other business, You have to make use of all this if you want to grow fast. Now, another thing is, while you are building the business, don't wait until you run out of prospect. All your friends you already approach. Then you got no more friends to, to sponsor. You got to start making new friends. You got to start making, there are many, many things. You got to start making new friends, 2 days ago, one of my former teacher, Dr. Leo, actually invited me to be one of the judges for this iTech. They have got this competition from the whole world, it's an inventor exhibition. So they need more than 100 judges because there are many, many categories. So I said, why not? Because there's a chance to expose me to get to know people from different countries, So you have to go out and start making new friends. But of course, from day one, when you start making new friends, you don't talk about what you do. Well, I know you don't talk about, straight away, when people meet you, you start talking about this already. No, cannot. But of course, when people ask you, when people, ask you, you can tell them a little bit. Even stranger, you can tell them a little bit, but not too much. Don't be pushy, just that. You have to start making new friends. It is the same thing as doing if you are doing your own business. Let's say you open a shop, you open a retail store, you sell clothing, you open your store. Don't you think you need customer? Because your friends are limited. So you got to get customer. Unless you open it in a shopping mall whereby there's a high flow of traffic, the rental will be high. But if you rent a shop, let's say a lot of people started their own boutique. Normally they rent not even ground floor. Ground floor expensive. Maybe first floor, just one portion. Then I remembered I got friends who are doing that. Then when you want to go in, maybe you got to make appointment and things like that because they're not there always. But you will run out of friends because your friends cannot support you every day. So what you do? You got to maybe like, back in those days, you print a leaflet, you go and hand out. Nowadays, nobody is doing that, So you use social media. You have to get new customers. Same thing in our business. You need to make new friends. You need new prospect. So that's how. So very, very important. Very, very important. Start making new friends. Because if once you run out of friends, you will find that it is very difficult to build a business. Why? Because you got no one to go and approach. You got no one to talk to about this anymore. But unless your business already pick up, you have got some brand partners in your team already moving. You manage to sponsor a few person, they are already moving, building the business. Just like what I'm doing, I'm actually slowing down some of my personal sponsoring. I become more selective. You can, but when you first started, you cannot be selective. You need the PIB. The PIB is the product introduction bonus. If you are in the business, you know what I'm talking about. So when you start making new friends, what do you talk about? You don't talk straight away. Talk about life. Wait, you talk about what? You talk about. We normally use this FORM form. Remember, very easy to remember. You talk about family. You talk about occupation. You talk about recreation, and then you talk about money issue. It's very easy. Let's say today you meet a friend. Then normally you introduce, then then maybe they will ask you, what do you do, where do you stay, you married or not, sometimes like that Oh, you got two children Oh, I also got two children, how old is your kid, Oh, mine is 30 and 27 now, I got a boy and a girl. Don't you think you talk about all these things? Everybody does, isn't it? This is how you create rapport. Then you talk about occupation. Hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an accountant. Oh, yeah, you're an accountant. I used to be a salesman, but now I am a certified trainer, that kind of stuff. So sometimes you meet, sometimes you talk about, I used to work for Swedish company, my last company was Ericsson, Oh, the Swedish company. Tomorrow, next month, I am going to Switzerland, but before Switzerland, I'm going to Sweden. Why? Because it's in my bucket list. I want to go to Stockholm. Because last time when I worked for Ericsson, I remember my manager got a trip, to Stockholm. Or damn shocked, man. Our company pay, So now I got a chance, you see. But of course, the Stockholm one is before I go to Switzerland, I actually go to Stockholm first, to visit a friend, and things like that, So you talk about all this thing, So when people will ask, wow, so nice, you go Switzerland now, Oh, this is a incentive trip I win, Then people want to ask for more, you see. So you talk about all these things about life, recreation, sometimes you talk about, what you do, in my free, like my brother, he likes to cycle. Now he is in Korea, in Japan. He went to Korea and then went to Japan. One person, he brings his bicycle to go there and cycle, he did it in Taiwan last year, Now he upgrade, he go to Korea and Japan. So you can talk about this thing. Let's say, for example, I like cars. I talk about cars, you see. So you must get the right thing this is actually peak peaking. Peak, not P-E-A-K, P-I-Q-U-E. You know, if the person don't like car, you talk about car. Blah, 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 blah. You think you get interested? No, you must find people what people like. You ask them, hey, what do you like? What do you do in your free time? You know, you see people with very dark skin. You see people, hey, you play golf. You look like a golfer. You know, a lot of people, because my complexion is dark. So many new friends, first time acquaintances, they will ask, hey, are you a golfer? The person asked me, am I a golfer? Is because he is a golfer. Because my skin is dark, I'm not a golfer, too bad. So, these people know how to pick. You see, you must know how to pick. You must ask. You must ask. Like Guan Chun like watches. You can talk about watches. You know what I mean? So, of course, you cannot brag like you don't know means you don't know. You must know a little. So that's why those people in sales, after some time, you will know, you will pick up a little bit here, a little bit there. You talk about things that these people have got interest, then it will bring the rapport. Now, I give you an example. Have you ever been to a function? You meet a new friends. And then during the conversation, then you ask him. He says that, hey, I'm from Pahang. Hey, I also from Pahang, Closer, isn't it? Then you ask him, where you from? Then he say that he's from Rao. Oh, I'm from Bentong. Oh, neighbor only. If he say Bentong, like that day, one brand partner, say, hey, I'm from Bentong. I'm also from Bentong. Then I stay in Chu Yin Street. I also stay in Chu Yin Street when I was small. Then he say he stay in number 49. I stay in number 44. You see, it get closer and closer. So this is how you converse. Okay. Then the last thing is about money. Money can be sensitive. It can be but you don't ask people like, hey, how much you make? You don't ask this kind of thing. Then you say, sometimes when you meet people who are, working, they are working like employees. Then you ask, well, nowadays, I tell you, inflation, actually, the income, the increment we get is not enough to cover inflation. The fella will definitely agree with you, I tell you. So you must know how to talk about all these things. Nowadays, I tell you, I want to buy a house. Very difficult to get loan, no? Maybe he also got the same problem. You talk about this, you talk about money. Nowadays, our, bokao yong, not the money not enough to spend, Nowadays, I tell you, one income not enough. We got to, to have side hustle. You can talk about, I tell you, you can talk about morning until the cow come home also can. Just on FORM, form. All you need to do is to master, practice. You need to practice, I have been in sales for so long. I've been practicing for so long. Really? Just like a knife, you need to sharpen. You need to sharpen. So please, you have to learn. Actually, when you learn this, it is beneficial, even though whatever you do, actually. And remember, must remember, rejection and objection is part and parcel of the business. You will not get 100% people will say yes to you. Don't take it personal. It's the law of averages. Remember, there's a rule called 80-20. You talk to 10 people, you can sponsor maybe 2. If you can sponsor 2 out of 10, it is 8 no, 2 yes. 80-20 rule. But if out of 10 people, you only can sponsor 1, that means you are lagging behind. If you can sponsor 2, you are the average. But some people can sponsor more than that, you see. 10, they can sponsor 5, 50-50. Very good. A no doesn't mean no forever. Samson, my classmate, my good classmate, have been supporting me all my MLM. But not the life wave, not this one. He doesn't believe. Only after 1 year, he said, okay lah, I try lah. Today, he's a presidential director. No means not now. No doesn't mean no forever. Remember, every no you get is a closer to a yes. Just like I give you a deck of cards, there's four A's. You got to keep on flipping in order to get all the four A's. You do not know where is it. All right. So follow up is very important. So this is how I follow up with Samson. He doesn't believe. So in fact, his wife told him, "Yo, Ronald again." But I only go and look for him to makan, to yam cha, maybe go for a drink. That's it. Then one day I told him, okay, never mind. It's okay. You don't believe, never mind. Okay. But can you promise me one thing? I told him, he said, yes. What is it? I will send you videos of David Smith, the founder, and he will explain the technology. Please watch it. I only need you to promise me this. He said, yes. So I sent him 1 week, one video. You don't send him a lot. No use. 1 week, one. So in the end, he said, okay lah. I buy some, He signed a call pack. At that time, it was called silver lah. A call pack, 3 pack of X39, and started. He only take only X39, nothing else. That's it. And after that, cut long story short, after he went to Australia for 9 months, he came back, and then he started to build the business. That's it. So you will never know. No means not now. But you must know how to ask questions, how to pick people. Most of the time, people already made up their mind before you could say anything. Do you know that? Let's say, for example, I give you, yesterday I call you. Hey, John, I got one fantastic business. No, I just got in. No, I tell you, wow, the moment you say one business fantastic, I tell you, they know already MLM. Just like you walk in the supermarket, you want to buy shampoo, a promoter approach you and ask you, Ronald, can I help you? So what is your reaction? "Oh, no, I'm just watching and I'm just looking. That's it. Because can I help you is a is a sentence that will trigger you to say no. So you must know how to ask. All right. Now let's go on to the introduction. When people ask you, sometimes you go to a party, you go to an event, you go to a function, you go to a wedding dinner, you meet new people. Sometimes it's best to sit in a table whereby you don't know every one of them. Husband and wife, go me and my wife, 8 person is a new friend, stranger. Good, I like it. So people will ask you, what do you do? Haha. But now using the 3P approach, when people ask me, what do you do? I will straight away ask, have you ever heard of stem cell? Do you know what is stem cell? I will ask them back this question. But sometimes, you can use like this sometimes. Okay, there are many ways. As I say, there are many ways to skin a cat. You need practice. When people ask you what you do, don't say, I am a live wave brand partner. I do live wave. I sell stem cell therapy. No. So this is how you answer. If you are an accountant, you say, I'm an accountant, but I am really excited about, something, I'm really excited about this patch. You can say, I'm an accountant, but I'm really excited about this thing. But, the word but. But when you mention your profession, I'm an accountant, people will look at you, oh, you're an accountant, respect. Then, let's say, for example, if people ask me, oh, I am a corporate trainer by profession. But recently, I got involved in a whatever business, whatever you can add into a healing business, into a stem cell therapy business, into what do you call a phototherapy business, whatever lah. So you need to practice. The idea is, I am a housewife, your profession, but you add in, be creative, try many version. Okay, or you can say, I'm a housewife, actually quite boring, every day do the same thing. But now, actually, I find some more meaningful. I found something more meaningful today to do now. I actually help people to live without pain, without medication, without having to rely on painkiller. There are so many people who are taking painkiller nowadays. I found a way that you can live without taking any of this painkiller, and people will get curious. So that is how you answer when people ask you, "What do you do?" You don't have to really, or you can, if you know about the 3P method, you can ask them, back, do you know anything about stem cell? Oh, I am in the new latest stem cell technology. People will get curious and ask you, what is it? What is it? People, then if you ask like that, what is it? People will ask you, what is it? You answer back with another question or something that can arouse their curiosity. This is very important. People will ask you, what is it? Then do not tell, oh, this thing, it's invented by this David Smith lah, he got 200 patent lah, blah, 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 lah, this photobiomodulation lah. You don't have to explain. Sometimes you're at dinner, how? It is very impolite, isn't it? No. If you got my QR code, you can ask him to scan. If you don't have, you can go to iwtkm.com. It goes to the same site. It's a landing page. Or maybe you can tell him, oh, this is something very fantastic, but today it's difficult to explain, Maybe, you give me your contact number, I WhatsApp you, I send you some information. You take a look first. This is how. No need to hassle. Today, Mary met up with a few of old friends, they start asking because they saw us in Facebook. We used to travel here and there. So they start to ask. They start to ask her. And she just tell a bit only, that's it. And she came back, she asked me, because one of the old friends, she got two sons who are medical doctors. Fantastic. So what I do is I go and dig out some of the videos by, Dr. Stacy lah. There are so many doctors involved. I pull up not too long, and ask her to share it to her. Because she got two son doctors. So I have to send some doctors video about. And I only want X39 and Eon. Only these two products. That's it. That's how I get her to. Then we wait for her to come back to us. If not, then you have to do a follow-up, of course. So when people ask what is it, you don't have to talk a lot, Maybe you tell them that, we are, LifeWave is actually an advanced technology company. The founder got 200 patents, we are different, because this is no competition. This is just a little bit of the facts that will do. We are talking about cellular level, reverse aging and things like that. Or then, or maybe you can come out with some more creative, answer, very short answer, This is the latest stem cell technology. That's it. Latest. And people want to know about the latest. Not something, which is invented 20, 30 years ago, everybody knows it, right? Everyone wants to know the latest. People like, just like EV, AI, people want the latest. And then you can say that, oh, actually, this is a software for the human body. I like this tagline, computer got software. Our body also needs software, But you must be clever enough to, to roughly, to explain a little bit so that they, they become more curious. Then you can say, oh, this is actually acupuncture without using needles. All right? Because we patch on acupuncture points. Then you can say that this is photobiomodulation. Because photobiomodulation is sound more powerful than phototherapy. Then they must ask, what is it? What is photobiomodulation? I tell you what, now we are having a dinner. Difficult to explain. Let me send you some information. That's it. Oh, this is a regeneration patch. This is the patch to regenerate ourselves so that actually we can become younger. I'm not talking about the age. I'm talking about our organs can become younger. And this is proven scientifically. Is it? Yeah, I can send you some research paper. That's it. Oh, this thing helps to repair my body. That's why you must always patch in your body. You can show people. Very important. Correct? So practice. There are many, many ways lah. Okay. All right. Now, inviting people to an event. Sometimes there's an event, sometimes we have got big events, small event, we have got roadshow, you want to invite people. So how to invite people? Oh, very important. Very, 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 it is very important as well. You got to expose. There are people who love MLM. There are people who are very exposed to MLM. So I teach you how. If you meet a friend who have been in the MLM business but not doing well, please don't go and approach those eager. You know what's eager, no? People who are already doing well in another country. You think they will jump ship over? No, they won't. Don't waste your time. You can go and look for those people who have done MLM before but not successful. They have tried or looking for opportunity you don't know. Like me, I was looking for opportunity. I went and see so many people approach, when I was driving Grab at that time, a lot of people know my story. I drive Grab for 5 years, off and on. And I always tell people, you don't look like a Grab driver. I said, no, I'm not. I am looking for opportunity. Do you have one? So if you were to ask someone who have experience in the MLM industry, I would ask him, hey, John, I bound into this thing, live wave, this patch, is sound too good to be true. One small little patch can reverse aging. You have been in MLM before. Can you help me to look into the business? Can you help me to evaluate? See whether this is a scam or this is a legit business. If this one can do, then I will do. If cannot, then I will not waste my time. You are the expert, ma. You have been in this business before, ma. You think he will help you or not? You already saying that he is an expert, he is experienced, and you want his help. You already push him up. He is already a consultant, So this technique is very good. I have been approached by people like this also. I don't know. So I go lah, people already say, open your mouth. So it's very important. Hey, you have been experienced, you have been in this industry for so long. Can you help me out or not? Take a look lah, come. This Saturday there's an event in Bangsar South, I can come and fetch you lah. Even though there's no event, you can also ask him, hey, come to the office lah. I'll be going to the office, that the guy who prospected me, his name is Ronald, you come along and then you help me ask him question, ask him difficult question, see whether he is legit, not see whether he can be trusted. You can ask him like that. You make him, you already lift him up, you edify him to become your consultant. So you can tell him, sometimes you can use this lah. You can tell him hey, I found this. This seems to be very good, very advanced. These patches no need use medication, injection, or surgery. It can help to activate your stem cell. Hey, that's the roadshow. Maybe you can come and take a look first. I tell you, I use this. I find it very good. These people, when you use this method, that means the person have to be very open. You say, oh, like that, very good, or something very new, okay, I want to take a look. These people are very open, you can use this. People who have been in the MLM business, who have done it, not successful, or looking for opportunity, use the first one. You make them an expert. Ask them to evaluate this business, whether can do or not. Then you can, there are some people who are looking for things to do, maybe they are retired, and they love to help others, then you can help them, hey, maybe you can try this, I see a lot of people, they do this not for money, they just want to help people, So you can use this approach to invite people. There are many ways that you can invite. Please do not tell lie. Please do not cheat them. Hey, I tell you what, someone actually asked me to go to Bangsa Sawa. There's an event, got makan. No, I only go there for the makan. I come along, go makan. You know what I mean? Don't trick them. People don't like it. Unless he's your very close buddy, you don't mind, Please, you have to tell them. You have to be honest with them. All right? Then comes to the follow-up. Of course, follow-up, depending on, if the person is a prospect, haven't signed up yet, then the follow-up will be different for a person who already signed up, already start using. Let's talk about a person who have not used it yet. As I've said, no means not now. So how many times do you need to follow up? According to what I found in Google about follow-up, he said people need to hear from you an average of 7 times before they finally decide to make a decision. I don't know how far it's true. If you keep calling them every day for 7 days or 7 times, I tell you, next time they see you, I tell you, they will run. So you can, not to say cannot, but there is, a lot of technique so that, when people, you do not push people away, So for me, it's like that, If I invited someone to a Zoom or to an event, then within the first 48 hours, you have to get in touch with them. The best is the next day. The next day, the best is give them a call. For following up, I'm talking about following up is the best, give them a call or meet up. I remembered, I invited Dennis. Dennis also one of my presidential director now. After I approached him, he is an accountant and used to be a public listed company director. So I do not know whether he is, but he attended my class, my training class. So I approached him. After he attended my Zoom, then the next day I called him. You know what he told me? Hey, Ronnie, you got me in the right time. I was looking for an MLM to do. Fantastic. When I heard this, I tell you, you never know, you see. So if you follow up, then you ask him. And then you ask him, this is how you ask. Let's say, for example, you bring him to an event. The best is after the event, you don't let him go. We call MAM, meeting after meeting, Sometimes maybe you can take him opposite, go to Starbucks. No, there's no Starbucks, Coffee Bean or anywhere, Mama, there's Ali Mutu and Ahok, Ali Mutu and Akawa, something like that. I cannot remember. To have a teh tarik, then you actually that one is meeting after meeting is already for follow-up. So this is what you ask. Please don't ask question like this. Hey, yesterday the event you listen, how is it? You don't listen you don't ask him how is it. Because how is it is an open-ended question. That means he can say yes, he can say no. He can say positive, he can say negative. Don't. Hey, yesterday, the guy, what's his name? Ronald, very chong hey, long-winded, I tell you. And then he start late some more, no. And then he's so long-winded, no. Right? No, you don't ask. You ask him. Hey, yesterday the event, or maybe just MAM after the meeting, you pull him to have a teh tarik and you ask him. Hey, just now the event, you don't ask him what do you think. You ask him, what is the best part? Which part is the best? Is the part that you like best? You ask him. Which is the part you like best? Oh, then he can say, oh, he talk about, last time he drive Grab, I like the part, He is, very resilient. He tried many things, but at last, he can tell you many things because he listened, ma. You know what I mean? So you should ask him, what is the part you like best? Because you got no choice, he will tell you the best part. That is how you ask question. Okay, that's how you follow up. Then how you get started. Like for example, when I was following up on Samson, he said he doesn't believe. I said, never mind, it's okay. It's no point arguing, about certain things. So because he's my good friend, you see, so I use a different method lah. I said, can you help me? Can you do me a favor? Good friend, ma. I only want you to watch one. I will send you one video a week. That's it. So you need practice lah. There are many, many ways to follow up lah. But always talk about the good things. And then what about people who have already signed up? How do you follow up? You also need to follow up. Okay. So normally before that, before when they start patching, you have to tell them a little bit about, there may be some high-link crisis. Why? Because the patch are working, some of the problem may actually surface back, if you got, skin problem, you may get, you may surface back. If you got gout, then you may get a gout, things like that, Then when they start patching, okay, now the follow-up is you can use the 147 follow-up. Like play mahjong lah, 147, just say chat. One means the next day lah. The next day is what? Not today. Let's say they use the patch when they have received. If they collect from the office, then they start tomorrow lah. Then tomorrow evening you call. Hey, today is your first day patch. You ask, where do you patch? Do you drink enough water or not? You ask question like that. Where do you patch? Sometimes you may patch wrongly. But it actually patch wrongly also doesn't matter lah. According to David, you can patch anywhere lah. So you ask question, how do you feel? Do you feel anything? You ask them, do you feel anything? Some people may feel it, I feel more energy. I feel like a little bit hot. The other day, Larissa was sharing, he said, oh, she got fantastic feeling, She feel hot and then cold and then hot and then cold. First time I heard this kind of reaction. So people have got different, you ask them. Then day 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You ask them. You call them again. Ask them. Hey, you have been patching for 4 days already, So how do you feel now? Hey, I start to get, if the person got migraine, I got migraine, Then you should know how to advise. How severe is your migraine? So that means it's working. You tell them, congratulations, it's working. If the pain is bearable, continue. If it's unbearable, ask them to take out, then a few hours later patch back or patch 6 hours instead of 12 hours. There are people who patch 24 hours, I remember one of my brother, he patched until it dropped by itself. Sometimes he got to patch about 4 days, 5 days, until it dropped by itself, he says. Then day 7. So you have to follow up. Okay? So maybe some of you are expert already, but this is actually how you can actually help to follow up, to build people, So when the person start using the product and they get good feedback or good result, then you can ask them to check. Then remember, ask them to take a photograph, selfie first. Because the patches do not know where to activate. The stem cell don't know where it will go to, to repair your body, But if you use it long enough, you compare photograph, you will definitely see the difference. I remember when I first patch, my wife asked me, anything? I said, no, nothing. No feeling. Maybe my skin is so thick, I cannot feel. It cannot penetrate. Lucky I took a photograph. Then after about 45 days, I compare my photograph. This line become shallower. Shallower, not so deep. Then the skin tone different. Then you will see the difference. That you are actually getting younger. You don't know. It may not be, some people, they concentrate. Because I got, my knee pain. So they only focus on the knee pain. Actually, maybe it's not working on the knee yet. Maybe something more important. You don't know. Maybe your sugar level. Maybe your blood pressure or something like that. So try to ask question, You can ask. Then sometimes people may answer like this. Nothing happened. I've been using for 1 month already, or 7 days. Nothing happened. Then you ask them, what about your energy level? Yeah, lah, I find that nowadays I don't sleep in the afternoon anymore, no. Or that means it's working already. You know what I mean? So you start to ask question. If you want to know how, log into Jinlong Zoom. Then you get a lot of answer regarding patching, regarding healing crisis. All right? Thursday, only business podcast. So if you are really wanted to build the business, if you want to scale your business, you want to make a bit more money to be more financially free, I tell you, it can be very lucrative, I tell you. You must learn to present the business. But you do not have to present to everybody you meet. Because the moment you learn to present the business, the faster you will find business builder. You have to understand our compensation plan as well. Yes, because it's a business. It's a business. Network marketing, MLM, is just like any other business. You need to focus, you need to put in time and effort to build. That's it. The only thing I can think of why people give up so easily is because the entry level is too low. The capital involved is too little. How much is a call? 1,000 plus. How much is a advance? 2,200 plus. How much is a premium, the highest one? You get 20x39. How much? It's only 7,000 over ringgit. Can you start a business with 7,000 over ringgit today? Cannot. I think just to register the company costs you a few thousand already. You got to do this, you got to rent an office or rent, if you're doing retail, you got to rent a shop, you got to pay deposit, you got to, pay so many things, you got to employ people, Even Pasar Malam also, 7,000 over ringgit, you can't start. So the network marketing or precisely the life wave business is just like any other business. But the beauty, why I still want to get involved in this business? Because the startup capital is so low. And I got no money to start a business. Really. Really. No money. I have been down and out for the past 15 years before LifeWave. So in the end, I actually wanted to give up in searching already. I just want to become a corporate trainer. So after paying all my debt, I was, for those of you who knows what is AKPK, okay, I was on the AKPK program. I've been paying for 10 years. So after paying off, I actually went and enrolled myself to get certified as a corporate trainer, and I took the UK IPMA certification, okay? Then I was thinking of becoming a corporate trainer. Then LifeWave came. But actually, corporate training also helped me. It helped me. I got tennis. So one thing leads to another. So every decision you make actually will bring you to the next level, to the next thing. You do not know. So people call this gut feeling or sixth sense. You do not know actually sometimes. You just have to believe in yourself. This is very important. So to end this, believe in what? Believe in yourself. But of course, you also need, after using the product, you have to believe in the product, believe in the plan, believe in the company, believe in David. But most importantly, you must believe that you can do it. If Tehi can do it, if Ronald can do it, if Jinlong can do it, I can do it. So when we first started, I told Guan Jun, hey, this fella, this Jinlong guy, young guy, never do MLM before. We all so seasoned already, have been doing for so many years. If he can do it, I believe that we can do it also. So this is what I say. So if I can do it, if Jinlong can do it, you can do it too. Whether you got experience, no experience, all you need to do is to believe in yourself first. Because believing in yourself, as it says, this one I Google and then the AI wrote this. Right? This is a very good sentence. Okay? You know, Google also got AI now. It says that believing in yourself is a powerful mindset that can greatly impact your life and success. It is about having faith in your own ability, trusting your intuition. Intuition is the gut feeling, gut feeling. You know, sometimes you look at something, hey, this one can do it. You know what I mean? This one cannot do. You know, the gut feeling, or some people call it the sixth sense. If you have read the book called Think and Grow Rich, he called it the sixth sense. You have sometimes in life, after so many years of working, of experience, exposure, you will have developed your own gut feeling, your own intuition, and recognizing the strength and potential. Actually, it's very long. I just take the first part only. Believe in yourself. Okay. So thank you very much for this. We still have some time, because at 10 o'clock, I will pass to Kamal. Kamal will continue to talk to his team. All right. So we still have some time. I will open up to the floor if you got any question, only on the business, not on the product, on the patching, on creating houses, only on the business part. Okay, you can ask me. So I will stop this sharing. The recording will still be on. Okay, any question? You can open your mic. This is to be a dialogue. Actually, I want this to be like Peter North, what he's doing, open up, then you ask question. It's like more like a dialogue, more like a conversation. But I see Malaysians, Malaysian, why so shy? Nobody wants to open up the camera. You can type on the chat box if you want to. Oh, there are plenty of chat here that I haven't seen yet. Okay.
Rhoda,
Yes.
yeah.
Hang on, Daniel. Let me look at the
Okay.
chat. Congratulations. Tell me about my medical condition. Good. Okay, this is good. Okay, I have critical issue. Do you have any solution? Okay, this one is talking about product. Sorry, today I only answer about business. Product. You can go to Jinlong. Jinlong got English session and also got Chinese session. I think English session is Monday and Tuesday. All right, Daniel, you got a question? You can ask now.
Okay, thanks. I think I want to circle back to the meeting after meeting MAN, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned about that bringing the prospect over to to like a small meeting or something like having a drink, and then asking that question. Just now you asked the what do you like best about this, about that presentation or about that event, right? So
Yeah.
obviously we want the prospect to say something good. I can get the sense of it that we want to, is it that we want to create some positive outcome from the prospect, and then what else will we need to communicate to the prospect after that question? Yeah, because sometimes I'm trying to imagine. I never experienced this before during the MAM, so I just wonder what it's like. What to follow up? What are the follow up question after that? Do we? Yeah.
Actually, I know what you mean. I mean, thank you for answering that question. I think this is a very good question. The reason why you asked him what is the best part about the event, can you tell me the best part, the part that you like best? It is because we want to guide the prospect to talk about something. If you asked him an open-ended question, what do you think about just now event? He can say anything. He can say, he can say about generally speaking, everybody will talk about negative thing first. Really. Because we have been brainwashed every day by media, by, so many things, all the news are negative. People will talk about the negative part first. So the reason I asked you to ask this question, what is the best part? So actually is to guide him to talk about the good thing first. Then, of course, you will carry on from there, because I don't know what he will say. He may say, Actually, just now when I talk about this, the one thing I like best is because this technology is the first in the world. There's no competition. He may say something like that. Then you, of course, when he says something like that, then you agree. Oh, yes, you are right. You know, the reason why I get involved in this business is because this is not a Me Too product. This is the first, the only kind. And you know, when something is so new, nobody has, no competition, it's easier for us to, you know, to share with people, you know, and people are curious, want to try, you know. So you carry on from there. So it depends on what kind of remarks he gives first. You know, sometimes he will talk about, you know, he may talk about, you know, when I just now, you know, the guy was sharing, you know, his background was, you know, he was down and out, you know, he was driving Grab and he still can, you know, he still can bounce back. Maybe my story can motivate him. He also got the same thing. He is also, maybe he is financially into trouble, you know, into deep trouble. Maybe you don't know, you know. Then he may say that, well, maybe this could be also my way out. If he says something like that, then this is a yes already, you know. Maybe this is my way out. So you got to dig, you got to dig, you got to dig. There is no set of question, you know, that what to ask next, what to ask next. No. It is more like a conversation, you know. It depends on his feedback. Lah. But what I want is positive feedback, positive things. We want to guide him to ask positive things, you know. Let's say this guy is young guy in his 20, maybe late 20s or early 30s. You know, I find that this is good, lah, you know, but I do not have health issue, you know. But my mom has, you know, my mom always complain, his knee pain, you know, maybe this may work for her. If you ask something like this, then you say, yeah, of course, you know, maybe you can start by, you know, letting your mom use. If you find it good, then probably from your mom's side, you know, you can start to, you know, share with your uncles, aunties, and all those, you know, all those, or your, you know, your relative that you love so much. Also, you know, you also want them to live long, happy life, ma. Correct or not? Because if our parents is healthy, actually it is a blessing also because, you know, there are many people who are, my mother is already 87 and he is still, to me, is still considered very healthy. You know, the day, you know, maybe he may walk a bit slower now, but the other day, you know, from the house, she could walk, I think she told me about close to an hour to the shop lot, no? Walk, no? Don't you think it's a blessing? So it all depends on his feedback. Okay, remember, you need to practice to talk to people. So remember to ask question, what is the best part after an event? Very, very important. But if it is a follow up, if the person is using a product, then it will be different. Very standard. You know, first day you ask him, hey, how are you after patching for one day? How do you feel? You ask, how do you feel first? Do you drink enough water? Uh, what time you start patching? You ask question like this. Oh, yesterday I came back, I start patching in the morning now until today, you know. Oh, that means you know it's wrong already. It's already, you know. Maybe, you know, after one day it's already 24 hours, then it's wrong. You have to find question. You have to find out. So depending on the follow-up and depending on whether he is a prospect or brand partner. Okay, I hope I answer your question. All right. Any other question?
Uh,
Yeah.
Hi, hi, Ronald. Thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
listened to you
You're
when
from Indonesia, right?
I listened to you. Thank you so much. Having a chance
Yeah.
to say thanks to you. Thank you. Yeah, we are new, right, here in Indonesia. Even though I have been as a brand partner for years, but the new office is just open, and
Okay.
then I think like sometimes next month they will be in a bazaar, and bazaar of people who is doing MLM. So not only live wave every MLM company. Yeah.
All
So
right.
my question is, from your experience, because I haven't done that kind of bazaar, like being in the booth. I always do things like what you were saying, but I think there will be some consideration, or you can give maybe advice or
Okay.
tips. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
I understand. I understand. So this is like an expo of MLM.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
when people come,
Mm-hmm.
there are two types of people.
Mm-hmm.
People who are already a distributor of a company, they are looking around, surveying around, okay? Or people looking for opportunity you do not know, correct? Okay? A person who is not interested in MLM will not go to the event because they are so biased, they are so against MLM, they would not go there. So normally are people who are already in the business or people looking for opportunity, people who have done MLM before. So I think it's a good way. So all you need to do, that one you don't have to ask, you don't have to beat around the bush. You just have to, you must know a little bit about
Our,
our technology and things like that.
yeah.
Then you can be very straightforward. You can tell him, oh, this is about, this is of phototherapy, this is using light and things like. You just have the people will get curious. If the person is looking for opportunity, then you can say that three things. Remember three unique points.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people cannot remember. Always, number one, we have got no competition. We are not a Me Too product.
Itu product.
We
Yes.
are a technology company. That's number one. You tell them. So people know the
Technology
difference.
company.
Yes. We are not dealing with a Me Too product. You know what's Me Too product? Lah? People got, I also got lah. So, okay, we have got no competition. Unique point number two. Okay. We are 100% science-based. Our founder is the inventor, David Smith. He is also the CEO.
CEO.
He got 200 patents. Do you tell me which company got 200 patents?
Mm-hmm.
Some company are science-based. Many companies are science-based, but they buy scientists. They hire scientists or they buy people's patent. Ours is different. It's all
The
invented
scientist is
by,
the CEO also,
yes.
right?
It's all invented by David. This is the unique point number two.
So there will be no like a conflict of interest between the
All right.
scientist and the
All right.
CEO. Right.
Third thing, third unique point, proven technology who are using our products. All the professional athletes, no. If you got this, you can create your own folder lah. You show them lah. Some of this, of course, company slide or what do not have all this lah. So you can show people. You see, these people are using. If this thing contains any drug or stimulant or any steroids, you think they will use? They will be penalized. These three unique points. If the person is looking for opportunity, if he can see the potential, I tell you, you get a business builder. But of course, you have to be prepared. And these people might ask you very, very tricky question. No?
That's what
People, they purposely ask you, you know what I mean? No?
Yeah. And we might show like the business plan and so on. So yeah.
Actually, business plan, if it is the expo, I don't think you have enough time. You just have to talk about the uniqueness first.
Yes.
Then, if they're interested, then after that you can meet outside. Meet them. Don't you think better?
It's possible that they're just only like.
Correct. Okay.
Thank you so much, Roland.
Okay. I hope I answer your question. Okay, there's one question here. When people ask, very expensive, how they explain. So this is how I explain. Very expensive. Depending on who asks. If this person is your friend, very close friend, this is how I answer. Very expensive. Medication more expensive. Today you go and see doctor, the fella asks you to go for a small surgery. You know how much it costs not? It can cost a small surgery 40,000-50,000 ringgit. No? Don't you think it's more expensive? So you can ask them question like this. I can answer like this. I answer with another question. You think lah. Health come with a price. Sickness also come with a price. You tell me which price is more expensive. So sometimes good friend you can ask. You can trigger them to think. But if you explain like this to a prospect which you don't know them well, they may sound very sarcastic, you know. Correct or not? So you may answer like this. Let's say, for example, someone that I don't know. Okay, I met the first time. This is how I answer. Expensive, compared to what? I will ask him compared to what? No lah, I buy fish oil, I buy vitamin C very cheap only. You must compare apple with apple. You cannot compare with supplement. We are not supplement. We are reverse aging. Stem cell therapy. Today, one stem cell jab, how much? Malaysia costs 60 to 80,000 ringgit. You go to Switzerland, it costs you maybe 100, 200, 300,000 ringgit. This one only 15 ringgit a day. 15 ringgit, right? Because one X39 is 100 USD. Use 4.5 lah, a bit higher lah, is 450. Divide by 30 is 15 ringgit a day. If 15 ringgit a day you say it is expensive, there's nothing I can explain. Today, one Starbucks latte costs, I think, more than 15. 15, easily 15 ringgit. One cup of coffee a day. So there are many ways to explain. So normally, good friends that I know very much, I will use the first type. The people that I don't know much, when they say expensive, then I will say, can you tell me expensive compared to what? Compared to what? You ask them compared to what? Because it's very natural for people to say very expensive. If it is something that is not useful, even 1 ringgit, they say expensive. If something that needed so much, even 1,000 ringgit, they say is okay. Whether this thing can help him or not, whether this thing work or not, that is more important. I remember, I tell you, I finished this story, I will end this, okay? Someone recommended me a dato, okay? I think a few years back, I think easily 3 years, 4 years back. So I met up with him. He is about close to 70 years old. He have got some, I think he have got his backbone pain, need to do an operation. I think he have got this bone spur. So he told me that the operation cost 70,000, but the doctor say 50-50. 50. What do you mean 50? 50% chance. The other 50, or he may be sitting on a wheelchair. So he told me he don't want to take. Then after I explained this whole thing, he don't like it. Okay, why? Because it's MLM. He said MLM price very expensive. Then I said, compared to what? I said, Dato', you're also in business, isn't it? It's not a matter of whether it is cheap or expensive. The thing that you sell, whether it's useful to people or not, I told him. If this thing cannot help you, 1 ringgit also you don't want, isn't it? If this thing can help to solve your problem, don't talk about 100 USD. 500 USD also you pay. Correct or not? So I explained to him. After he bought 4 rounds. 4. He bought 4, those days were called gold. He bought 4 advance. You see? So this is how you explain. I asked him compared to what? It's very natural for people to say very expensive. You want to go and buy something. You walk into a showroom. You want to buy, let's say, for example, a washing machine. Then someone recommended you a washing machine. You say, oh, this one very expensive. Correct? But compared to what? Then when the person explains, oh, this is a new technology, front loading is more expensive. You want cheaper one, can, top loading, things like that. So the moment people open their mouth, they will say it's expensive. Why? Because you want to reduce the price, ma. You want to get a better deal, ma. So, and then you can say, hey, our product comes with 100%. You want to try for free or not? Sometimes I use this trick also. You want to try for free or not? Can try for free? Yes. But you got to buy first lah. After using for a month, if you find that it is not useful, it does not help you, you can return back, you can back all your money back. Is it so? Yes. I got one guy said, in Malaysia means true or not. I said, if the company don't pay you back, I pay you back. Do you know that our return rate is so negligible, according to Casey, our country manager. So it's very expensive to me. It's very easy to to answer this question. You just use the same method. Okay. For people that you don't know, you say compared to what? Can you please tell me compared to what? Then you explain. All right. So with this, I'd like to say thank you very much. I'd like to end this recording now. Okay.